let's make a few. So I'm gonna say that we've got an injured second toe. Often people have a longer second toe, right, than their first toe. And that's the one that hits in the shoe. And this is the one, the nail bed they break, okay? So what we're gonna do in that instance is we're gonna create a true bumper. So I'm just gonna take the length of her toe. I would have sprayed this, okay? So it gets very challenging when you're spraying the toes, because when you spray here, you're likely gonna spray all of this, right? So that's why we use baby powder. We'll probably sprinkle, I'm probably gonna need to, when I'm done with her, sprinkle a little baby powder on these other toes and then maybe even the bottom of the foot, so her whole sock doesn't completely stick to her. And then I will put the lube around the toes so that we don't prevent for blister control. Okay, does that make sense to you guys? So I would have sprayed this. Now, the other thing we could do is we have long cotton swabs. What you could do is you could spray it like a Q-tip, right? You could spray the edge of your swab and you could paint the tape, the spray on, okay? Instead of like spraying their whole foot and all the toes, okay? You could try to cover, you know, toes with a towel, but it gets kind of tricky. So you just gotta do the best you can, but you can paint the spray on. We also have, you know, like the glow sticks? We have glue in those sticks, and you could break the stick and roll it on. So that's what we have in our kits for stuff like this. For toes that get kind of tricky, we just break the glow stick. So those are a little more expensive than a bottle of the spray, so that's why we don't have them here, okay? So what we'll do is we would have sprayed this toe, whether we painted it or sprayed it on. We're gonna put just a bumper. I took the same strip off of the foam. I just didn't cut any slits in it, okay? I want a firm bumper at the edge of the toe, and then we'll still put a piece of gauze on the injured nail bed. Make that a little bit closer to her shape. Okay, I would have still could have put that second skin layer on first, then the gauze over, and then I'll take my hats that I made and I do the same taping technique. The first thing, I just want to make sure I get that gauze on so that it doesn't start to fall off when I go to do the rest of the toe. Okay, kind of smooth out your edges, and then I'm gonna go around. Spread.
Can't get that one.
Yeah, it's hard, right? It's hard to do the other toes. So if we needed to, I could just have her kind of lean down, but now I've got control of it. So I can just kind of go in and out. I'm gonna work my way back down to use all of my tape. Or if the athlete was like, that's enough, I don't want any more, then you would stop and cut. And then, because they get pretty finicky about, you know, the less is more concept. And then we'll have 2 more little hats to finish it off. And then also what I did to make things very easy for myself, I had a lot of these pre-cut in my kit. I would have small ones for smaller toes, bigger ones for bigger toes, long strips, short strips. This way I never had to spend time cutting for an athlete on court. Do 1 more hat one direction. Do 1 more hat the other direction. Good. I would have sprinkled a little baby powder if I felt more of the glue on the other toes, and then I'll line, lube, and lube all up and down, inside and outside.